Okay, this is an example of what somebody did to me at the mill. As you can see, I'm loaded, same as I was on the day in question. All my tandems are down. Now we're going to show you my inside gauges. On my inside gauge, where are you? There you are. I'm showing 49 pounds per square inch on my airbags. Same with the load suspension, it matches the load suspension. And that's what I would normally see when I'm loaded with my tandems down. Now, prior to getting loaded, I have nothing on my truck and my tandems are off the ground. So let's raise the tandems off the ground and I'll show you. Then my gauge goes to 0. While my inflation or load suspension gauge reads the same. Okay, when we're at the mill, prior to getting the loads put on us, we wait in line with other trucks. We get loaded on one side, pull off to the right to chain down. You have to close your canopy from the ground because you're not allowed to walk on the deck unprotected. While I was chaining down, somebody reached right in here on the drop suspension lines and just turned the valve off. Okay? As you see, my tandems are up off the ground. So once I was loaded and chained down and I hit my load suspensions, I drop my tandems back down. You can hear the air as it goes. It shows the suspension weight on the tandems. Again, suspension load weight relatively the same. You look in your mirror to see if you can see your down tandems. You can't see your down tandems. And your tandems are down on the ground until you turn the corner, but then of course you lift your tandems up because the truck won't turn the corner with the tandems down. Now let's look and see what happens once they shut that valve off. Everything indicates on the inside of the truck that your tandems are down, but they are not down. Okay, on the back, the front, the rear. Now if you come back, what I found out when I pulled into the scales is that somebody had shut this valve off on me. And I showed the officer what somebody had done. And as you see, my tandems are on the ground. This is an example of what happened at the mill. Drivers kind of get upset. They think you're cutting in front of them, but the roads are numbered 28 to 0. And if you're going down to 0 and they're in 24, they think you're trying to cut around them, but you're actually not. I'm going to try and show the mill where I got loaded, but they tell us that we cannot videotape in there. I can show you the sign on the inside the scale house that says we are not allowed to record, and I can try to record. But this, I just want to let you see an example of what was done to me on that day. Of course, it was raining, so you can't see nothing in the rain except overspray. You can't see your tandems on the ground. And like I said, when you got around the corner, you lift your tandems up anyhow. And yeah, I did not know that my tandems were not on the ground. I checked them in the morning and they were raising up and down, but this is what somebody did to me at the mill. Okay, I will try and get further evidence put onto this. Thanks for your consideration.